Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Grandstand Court here at the MLP Atlanta event. Women's doubles kicking off here. Hard eights versus Frisco Pandas. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We have Irina Tarashenko serving for the hard eights, joined with Christine Maddox. I, here, am Rob Cassidy bringing you this live action. I'm joined with Marshall Brown. Marshall Brown, thanks for joining us, man.
Absolutely, happy to be here.
Marshall, who do we have on the Frisco Pandas side of things here?
We've got Allie Phillips about to serve, and she is playing with my good friend Eva Radzikowska.
Yes.
She likes to remind people it is Eva like never ever.
That's right. Because she's never ever not going to be in a final.
That's right.
She's a MLP all-star, in my honest opinion.
Absolutely. Ooh, just out there.
Yep. Love bringing the action on Grandstand Court, just right here, right next to the fights, courtside, super nice. Wow. We already have an action-packed match here going on.
Eva's got some incredible hands. It is hard to get the ball by her.
Yeah, you mentioned a good friend of yours. Do you get to practice with Eva?
So we live about 2 hours away from each other. I was lucky enough to be able to play mixed with her many times in the past before she outgrew me and found some better partners.
Oh, no. Well, you're still growing yourself, so I think that can come back around. I've seen you play.
I hope we will play together again soon.
Marshall Brown, one of the new names on the scene. Marshall, how long have you been playing?
Been playing about, I would say 3 years at this point. Pro maybe for 2 years now.
Nice.
It's been a blast.
Nice, 5-5 in the blink of an eye here in the women's doubles. Oh, pops it up. Phillips had an opportunity there, but I don't know if that was necessarily a bait ball. Maddox to serve.
Good drive from Maddox there.
Successful third shot drive. You ever third shot drive, Marshall?
I would say I typically third shot drive. When I'm feeling a little nervous, I like to drive that ball pretty hard.
Yeah. Oh, nice play. Oh, yes, Irina Tarashenko. Full neutral here. Wow.
Oh, good try. Great point there.
And that drive from Maddox was almost a little bit of a jab. It's a little hot out here in Atlanta today. It's just about 80. That Vulcan ball is traveling a little slow.
Yes, it is. Resets are a little bit easier. Ball keeps coming back, even when you don't expect it to.
Nice drop. Oh, Tarashenko cuts it off. Gets her partner to the net. Oh. That would have been a wild pass.
Yes, it would have.
That's a great point. Irina Tarashenko on Grandstand Court. The only problem I have with that is that she's in the Challenger division.
I know.
There is no reason for Irina Tereshchenko to not be in the Premier Division of pickleball.
And I'm gonna throw out the same thing for Eva Radzikowska there. The fact that she did not go Premier blew my mind this last draft, the draft before that, and that might have been the first draft for her.
No, yeah, I would agree. I would agree. She was definitely one of those Challenger players that earned the right to move up.
For sure.
Players like Pablo Tellez moved up last year, Alshon, of course.
Yep.
And as of this season, CJ Klinger and Augie Gu, to name two.
Yep. Good reset.
Yeah, no, Marshall, I'm glad you're here. I couldn't agree more with you. These two individuals, I mean, obviously Irina Tereshchenko is the GOAT of MLP pickleball. More titles than anyone. I'm not even going to count. And the things that Eva has done in MLP alone has been, I got to say, legendary.
Absolutely.
I mean, she set the bar for what a champion is in this format.
Great topspin drop there. A rare miss from Irina there.
Nice. We got some Panda crew in the crowd here. The Pandas showing up in numbers.
She's got a lot of hometown support here.
Wow. Oh,
Great point.
Great battle there. Diverse point, a lot of different looks. (9-10) here.
Good lead.
Tie game.
Great low drive there from Eva.
Teams will switch sides at 13. As this is a game to 25. Win by 2, strict rally scoring. Irina Tereshchenko is firing up. Marshall, what MLP team did you play for last year?
I played for the California Black Bears.
Heyo.
We are Team BLQK right here, aren't we?
Yes, we are in the commentating booth. Yes, sir, we are. Oh, nice pickup by Maddox for
Good job from
point.
Maddox there. Eva did not expect that to come back. Probably can't tell back home, but it is pretty windy out here. It is swirling a decent bit.
Nice, this is what I like to see. Irina Tereshchenko dialed in. It's one of my favorite things in pickleball. Watching Irina do great work.
Yeah.
Ellie Phillips from Utah. Her whole family plays. It's definitely a family affair for the Phillips family.
That's awesome.
Goes for a little much on that angle. It is nice to, and we are back here on the side switch. Irina Tereshchenko serving to Eva
Radzikowska is how I say it.
That's it right there. Let's make it a household name. Yeah. Great pressure from Maddox, a textbook setup, and a beautiful finish by Irina Tereshchenko. Looking like they're looking to start some momentum here. I've seen it's a little difficult to build momentum in this rally scoring environment. You know, everything's worth a point for the other team. It's tough to streak a bunch of points together. It's just a little more rare than usual.
Ooh, she had it right where she wanted it too. I would say all 4 of these ladies have solid 2-hand backhand counters, which is a must at this level in the women's game. Good spot there.
Yeah, it's a little warm, but these are very nice conditions to play a good game of pickleball in, especially in comparison to the Red Rock environment that was strictly wild just a couple weekends ago. Were you there, Marshall?
I was. It was insanely windy, and add in the elevation, and it was a little tricky to really get in the groove.
Yeah, and 60 degrees at one point and 80 plus another point.
Yeah. Good hand battle there.
I will say those adversities do make the game a little more fun. Like it's not just every level wherever you go. Depending on what state you're in, the game plays a little different.
Sure does.
What's it play like in Alabama?
Typically pretty hot. Ball's a little soft.
Dry hot?
I would say humid hot.
Humid hot? Okay.
Humid hot.
You get to practice with Rafa Hewitt?
We live about 5 minutes away,
What?
and there are times when we practice a lot together, and there are times where we are both traveling so much we don't practice for a month at a time or so.
That forehand cross court from Allie Phillips is one great reason why she's on this court right now. Eva to serve.
Rare
4
missed return.
point. Yeah. Nice. It's a great posture from Maddox. Pulls it off. He's got that lengthy body, but gets low regardless, and it makes a strong pickleball player, period.
Yeah, she is new to the game, but she is rising quickly.
I don't have as hard a time getting low because I'm so short, but the way she plays is definitely ideal.
Yeah.
(1916) game to 25, win by 2, no freeze this year, folks. Thanks for tuning in around the world. MLP 2024. Love it. Adam Stone popping off from the sidelines with the energy and support. Adam Stone, fantastic player, commentator, coach.
He does it all, and he does it all extremely well.
I haven't experienced his fatherhood yet, but I'm sure it's also top-notch. As him and Corinne Carr, they have their kid, and it's just awesome. Awesome to see Adam Stone just still be involved in the game in such a positive way, and he's definitely been a great friend of mine along this whole way, so shout out to that kind gentleman. Timeout taken. Hydration is becoming a factor here. Got a short cloud for now, but there's no way that's staying. Hard eights, pulling away. This is something similar to expect, as the Hard Eights has kind of made a name for themselves as a team, regardless of what their roster says.
Very true. They do a great job drafting every year.
And, CJ Klinger did clinch that MVP situation, but Eva was right there.
Yep.
I mean,
it's got to be tough for Eva to now play against a team that she won.
For sure, for sure. Little high, but not enough juice. Irina retreats for the next ball. She's there. Cut off by
Eva
Maddox.
touches it. Try to pull her paddle away, but just not quite in time.
Better lucky than good, or in the Hard Eights case, both. Maddox to serve. 22-16 here. First game of the match. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And step 1, let out balls go out.
Yes.
You know, in the 80s, that used to be worth 2 points.
Is that right?
No, that's not true. It's not true, Marshall.
You just never know.
You know, yeah. Beautiful shot from Shenko. Just that backspin slice to keep that ball away from them. Perfectly unpoachable. Love to see it. 2024 pickleball alive and well. Off the net. Maddox closes.
Oh, Eva gets it back though.
Yes, yes.
Maddox thought she had to put away.
Yeah, and 2024 is the year of the close.
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
closing in on the ball, you know, it's the way to play. Eva all over it.
The game is definitely getting more aggressive every tournament, it seems like.
Right,
Good put
right.
away from Christine there.
Yeah, people can, you know, you can definitely attribute it to a couple things. The level of play, the level of people's commitment to the game, and, you know, of course, paddle technology, which is one of the great treacherous things to the game, or one of the great threats to the game.
Ooh! Good job there.
Forehand inside out angle? Is that what I just witnessed?
One of her favorite shots. Serving for the win here at 24-19. That was an unfortunate bounce, it seemed.
You're right, Marshall. The match point creeps up on us, and as it's still match point for the hard eights, as they can win on this point, not need to be serving to win the game. Pressure. Okay. Within 3. Dane Gingrich sitting perhaps in the budget. See if they can tie it up. And the game is secured for the hard eights. Terashenko, Maddox, yes.
Purple Jesus, PJ.
More on that. PJ, if you will. Love it. Yes.
Eric
Rob
Lang
Cassidy
is
here. Marshall Brown. Here we go. Sick drop from Sincola.
Max has got a very unorthodox game. Definitely takes some getting used to when you're playing against him.
Yeah.
Comes off the line a decent bit, hits some strange looking shots, but he is insanely fast.
I'll tell you what, John Sincola will knock on that door all day with that cross-court dink.
Good reset. Oh, wow.
Smoked. Eric Lang, Gen 3 Yola.
You can tell Eric Lang is in his element, feeling really good about his game right now. When Stefan rounds up, that ball is not coming back. He absolutely unleashes his overheads.
Learning. Oh, yeah.
Good crash from Sincola there.
And that is a hint of a team with some chemistry.
Yep.
And you can also see that Stefan is really feeling his drive right now, leaning into it. Love to see it. 4-1 here. Fast-paced, action-packed game here. Yep.
A lot of driving, crashing there.
Cole identified it as in. He said he had to pull that trigger. And this person was like, yeah, that's in. And Stefan, little out of position. Out of position. Woo! And the lefty.
Just deep.
His feet were definitely clean with that gorgeous finish. Ball was called out. Seems like it's going to be a quick game, Marshall. We're going to have to get to the nitty-gritty here.
Let's get into it.
Beautiful.
Not a whole lot of dinking going on, I'll say that. A lot of drives, a lot of crashes.
That's a great drive by Max Manthau. Marshall, why do they call him Purple Jesus?
You know, he went to Northwestern, I believe.
Okay.
very high-level tennis player there, and their purple, their color is purple. That's
okay.
the only connection I know, and
Okay.
he's kept the name ever since.
Those are our leads. I love it.
And I hope I got that college right. I know he's from the Pacific Northwest. I'm not great with colleges up there, to be honest.
Sure. There's a lot of them. Purple Jesus here on Grandstand. Slicey return.
Eric Lang and Max, both from Pacific Northwest. They've played at least one tournament together. They got a medal at APP Miami, which is very impressive for the amount of tournaments that Max has played.
Questioning, but that ball was in. Forehand rip over the shoulder. It was close, but it was in. Swinging away. It is getting out of hand here on Grandstand.
How many dinks have we seen, Rob?
3.
You think so?
Yeah, my score, I've counted 3. My stats reporter has notified me that there's been 3 dinks.
We did not get to 4 there.
Still 3, guys. Wild stuff. Love that. Ops not to dink. Instead, ripping it off the bounce, two-handed angle middle.
And a winner. It does not get touched.
Stefan just setting up backhand there. It's going past his left shoulder. Menthau has found a spot. There's a couple dinks.
What are we saying? What is this?
Doubling the amount of dinks we have.
Why are they hitting it so soft?
Oh! Yeah.
He should have just crushed that ball, I think.
Yeah, what was he thinking? We're up to about 6.5 dinks here, and it's 8-7. Drive.
Oh!
No.
Goes right at him. Kind of apologizes. Doesn't wholeheartedly mean it.
I'd love to categorize this as a dink, but it's strictly a pop-up into a
Yes.
body bag. Still at 6.5.
Open court there for Cirkul to have a clean winner. How many third shot drops do you think? Are we still at 0 for that? We've got to be at 0 for that.
That's another 0 dink rally. But enough on that. Let's get some more nitty-gritty. Eric Lang in the challenger?
Yeah.
That's one of the most despicable things I've ever heard in my life.
He is playing some very high-level pickleball. I was just as shocked as you were. Great angle from Eric Lang there.
Drop shot punished. Eric Lang has the length and a beautiful angle.
And he tried to go for the third shot drop. Should have driven the ball.
I couldn't agree with you much. Strictly shouldn't have. Slicey return. Auburn with the forehand middle. A lefty staple in the great game of pickleball. Marshall, you got some practice playing with lefties.
I sure do. Sure do.
How many have you played with, Rafa? More than one.
Played, I think, 2 with Rafa so far.
You like it? Hate it? A little foreign, or?
You know, it's fun. It is a good time.
Not Rafa, but just lefties in general.
Yeah. I think some confusion in the middle on who gets the balls is a little tricky for me. But with time, everything gets better, Rob. Isn't that right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Practice makes progress. Menthau attacking the backhand now of Auburn for point. And a good eye. It's tough. And we are back. John Cincola for the Frisco Pandas to serve. 13-10. Of course, game 1 going to the hard ace. Women's doubles. Good point and side out. Menthau, Purple Jesus. I'm in. I'm saying it. To serve. His footwork was clean, but the ball was out.
You know, Rob, I remember for a while they let him put Purple Jesus on the official scores, you know, on the brackets.
Sure.
And at some point they made him change it to Max Manthau, and I remember him being slightly upset about that.
Yeah. Did they give him a reason?
No, I'm not sure what their reasoning was, to be honest.
It's a little blasphemous. Cola coming out on top.
But if I remember correctly, he racked up some points in singles as Purple Jesus, and then he changed his name to Max Manthau, and he had to qualify again.
They weren't able to transfer over the points?
I don't know if it was a mistake or if that was his punishment, but very unfortunate because he is a great singles player.
There's no reason to punish. Seems like he's a great player and a great gentleman out there.
He
Seeing
is.
some good stuff, so.
A lot of people absolutely love him. I am one of those people.
Welcome to the game, Matt Manthau.
Honestly,
Max.
Max, yes. I'm not sure if I can say anything bad about any 4 of these men. Well, maybe Cirkul.
I'm sure we could at least
Probably
muster
Cirkul.
up a couple. Yeah, probably Cirkul.
Just kidding. I love Cirkul as
Yeah,
well.
truth. Man, these guys are not letting up on the action here.
And that's the big benefit of, you know, having a right side or a right-handed player and a left-handed player is, you know, you drive middle, your partner, regardless of what side he's on, is going to have a forehand to crash with. And
Now you're talking.
That is what Stefan and Sincola do so well.
Now you're talking. And you talked about the practice, you know what I mean? Like, you've done it. How many lefties have you played with?
Just Rafa.
Just
actually.
Rafa.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a little foreign at first for sure.
Yeah.
Not so much for the lefty, because they live that life.
Yep.
Beautiful third from Auburn for point as they pull away here, still up by just 3. And 4 now. Make that 5. Inching towards that 25. Now they call a timeout. We're going to stick around here with you guys. John Sincola, one of those few players that may or may not be in their 40s.
True. Either in his late 20s or early 40s.
Exactly,
You can't really
right?
tell.
Yeah, but regardless of that or the day given, you know he's a hard-working man committed
He
to
is.
this game.
My wife actually told me that she has a small crush on Sincola.
Oh my goodness!
And that she's giving me a death stare right now. But
That's not
that
good,
hurt
Marshall.
the ego a little.
Well,
It did.
it shouldn't hurt the ego. I mean, she has great taste. Marcia Brown, John Sincola.
He is a good-looking man. I also have a small crush on Sincola.
All right, well, I'll send him a letter and let him know on behalf of the both of you. But he's in the office right now taking care of business. There's not somebody I've seen just kind of, you know, put their head down and do the hard work to stay elite.
And
at
he's got
this game.
2 kids. He's got 2 kids, and he has not let it affect his performance at all.
Beautiful. And we are back. Frisco Pandas to serve. Lang. All over it.
Sincola almost had that.
You could almost smell the blood in the water for Eric Lang. This match is not over yet.
Ooh, he hits Lang in the back.
Yes, fortunately, it was a ball that wasn't going to be clearing the net anyways. So,
Ooh.
Shots fired. That's shots fired. Nice. Oh,
Ooh, good lead. That was closer than I thought.
so much footwork from Stefan Auburn to miss the court here.
He definitely runs around his backhand, doesn't he? He loves that forehand drive.
I would have
And I
loved
can
to have
see
seen
why.
him play that ball off of their paddle a little bit more than looking for some type of winner. Oh, and Manthau now missing the reset. The action-packed version may have appeared cleaner. We're seeing a little bit of a sloppy game here towards the end game here. Oh my
He was
goodness.
sitting on that. Good shot from Stefan there.
The lefty teeing off with the forehand.
Nice third shot drop.
Oh. Stefan tried to give the out warning, whether it was true or not. Playing the bounce might have been in their best interest. Stefan with that forehand from the lefty has a good play on that ball. Plenty of options. But a sneaky little lob from Lang. A lot of work to be done for the hard eights.
Rob, I'm curious, if you were a part of this match and you were wanting to slow things down, you were playing a team that is crashing, driving, speeding up everything, basically, how would you slow it down?
Beautiful point right there. I would be utilizing my drop shot as much as I can. Getting to the kitchen, I do enjoy dinking. I got to remind myself every once in a while how good I am at dinking.
You are a good dinker.
As long as I decide to. So yeah, give them poor opportunities to attack, and then counter the quote-unquote snot out of them. That's what my goal would be, I suppose. As far as slowing the game down,
Cirkul catches it. This is not dodgeball. He does not get any benefit for that.
And great hands from Max Manthau as he forces the time out from the Pandas, putting him in. And we are back with Lang's serve. The drop from Manthau and the follow-up. Speed up immediately and comes out on top. The hard eights are within one.
I was just about to say that Max was probably trying to slow the point down, but he just sped the ball up right after I had that thought, so I was incorrect.
It's great to see. Another great third from him.
Ooh,
tough pickup,
wow.
He gets it. A miracle from the purple. Lob attempt overheaded and handled.
A shot from Max. Such a great athlete, Max Manthau.
To tie it up, several clutch gets in that single point to tie it up. 22-22, Lang to serve. Hard eights have now taken the lead here within two of clinching the game.
Crazy point. The wind kept that lob in, luckily.
Super well executed, putting them in a tricky spot. Lang for point. One of those balls was definitely on the white of the back line. Game point here. Oh, fantastic point. Regardless of the outcome, Manthau proving his worth here in the Challenger division. Unfortunately, that does not put the Friscos within two. Still a match point, game point scenario here. And that will clinch it for the hard eights.
Great match there. Really enjoyed watching that.
It was action-packed the whole way. The hard eights pulled it out. Eric Lang, laser focused, and seasoned veteran to say the least. Eric Lang taking the court, looking to clinch this match. Here we go, guys. Maddox to serve. What in the world, Eric Lang? It angers me every time I think about it that he's not in Premier. I'll do my best to move on. The gentleman won a super final in 2023, just months ago. I don't care who his team was. He was, if not the contributing factor as to why that team was so successful.
Ball might have been sailing, but she puts it away anyway.
More than one way to skin a cat. Two, 2-1. Eva taking over.
She loves that very wide overhead finish. Doesn't have to be hard, just has to be placed correctly.
Amen.
And Purple Jesus also says, amen.
We have Stefan out there. Some of his childhood he spent in France. I don't have that in common with him, but we are both lefties, and we both have a competitive gaming background. Perhaps his a little more professional than mine. Oh! And a little bit of a revenge off the body of Eric Lang. I think Stefan still owes him 1 or 2. Smiles from both gents. Heavy hands.
Great hand battle there. And that's one of the great things that I love about pickleball is that you can be extremely competitive, yet still have a smile on your face and play a great, fun game with some friends.
Yeah, it's the warrior way. You know, play your hardest and still be respectful about it and have a good time doing it. Oops. That's probably my least favorite dink that I've seen
Yeah, I didn't like that
thus
one.
far this weekend.
Not a fan of that one.
No replay? Okay, yeah, we should, yeah, we'll go to the next point on that.
That's why you don't maybe catch him dinking so often, but his speed ups are so good, it doesn't really matter.
The hard eights. Found out that the hub is going to be their home base.
What do you think about the idea of every team having their own specific location for their players to play? And
I think it's a great build. I think it's a great way to build an audience, build a crowd, a fan base, and a following. And anytime, you know, players can get more eyeballs, whether it's an exhibition or even get invited to a practice session, it's all good building, progress, and growth. So I like it.
I agree.
And the hub is one of the best facilities I've seen in California. So that's a great home base to have.
Do you think it would ever get to a point where the players are actually living in those cities?
Yes, 100%. I have faith
exciting.
that it can get to that level. Absolutely. Eva distributing with that two-hander and speeds up with it as well.
Steady. So steady. Hardly misses, hits her spots. And that is why she's been MVP so many times.
Lob. Neutral. Lob.
Another lob. Oh. Drop shot. Lob. I really wanted to see 3 lobs there, Rob.
You would have if it went any longer.
One thing I want to point out is just how low Christine Maddox is getting when she is at the kitchen line. It is impressive how strong her legs must be. Good reset.
Some jabs from Lang, and he gets it. Wow. And with this rally scoring format, all of this action, it's a 1-point game here. Off the net, handled. Right back to it. It is the first event of the 2024 season, and I already have thoughts for the MVP, and I have to say, Eva Ratzikowska. Throwing her
Can she do it again?
Already throwing it in there.
Very possible.
So good.
Wow. You know what tournament I'm most excited for, Rob? That is the Beer City Open.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Where they will be having Premier and Challenger teams playing against each other.
Yeah, that tournament is going to be outside of the points progression.
Correct.
Yeah, and the Premier teams and the Challenger teams will play against each other.
That's never been done before.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see it. There are some Challenger teams that I think are going to put up a good fight against some premier teams.
Looking forward to that event. Nice, so it's 6-9. Razakowska Auburn pulling away just a smidge. Do you see any improvements, Marshall, that Eric and Maddox can make? Or is it just continue to stay in those fights and see who comes out on top?
I think it's just playing a steady game, playing smart pickleball, seeing what happens. That's what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
Or, scratch that, go full aggressive mode, hit every ball insanely hard, and see how that works.
That is an option.
2 different ways to go about it.
Three-point lead is nothing in rally scoring. Eric Lang to receive. Here we go.
Good drive from Stefan there. Good put away. I think it's important to note a lot of times a ball will be sped up, not with the intent to win the point, but to win the point on the next shot, which Stefan just perfectly displayed.
Absolutely. That's what we like to call a good initiate. Finally able to stop the streak. Where we see a relevant game 4 here.
I hope we will. Woo! Tries to peg Eric Lang, as Eric has done to many players in the past few months. Unsuccessful, though.
The 4th game does get played out, even if the Hard Eights go up 3, as games 1 will be a important stat later in the season as far as tie breaks and things of that nature go.
I will mention that the Frisco Pandas were down 0 games to 2 in a match yesterday and came back and won it in a dream breaker, so you just never know.
Nice ATP. Woo! Defended by Auburn, but not enough. Time to put some points on the board for Team Hard Eights.
That was an aggressive serve for rally scoring. I love to see someone really just ripping a serve.
And we are back here on Grandstand Court. Rob Cassidy here with Marshall Brown. Frisco Pandas to serve, looking to get a game in their favor.
That was going to be a great shot if it went in.
It would have been nice.
Quick little fact about Christine Maddox here is that she played Division I college tennis for Pepperdine.
Oh.
Very impressive.
Serve is out. Point on the board. 4-point game here. Too much strength from the Stefan Auburn. Auvergne. That lefty option, forehand in the middle on that 3rd, gets him to the net. Ruskowski. Fearless. Ooh. And Lang just continues that, not so much with pace, but just a great shape on the ball, keeping it below the net.
Yep.
Still rocking that Selkirk, Marshall?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Still playing with the Selkirk Project Lab 002. An incredible all-around paddle. What are you rocking with these days, Rob?
Time will tell. Time will tell, Marshall.
Love it.
Got a reveal party coming soon.
Can't wait for the invite. I haven't gotten it yet.
You'll be there.
Okay. Ooh, Stefan almost got that back.
That's how you put the ball away right there.
She's got a lot of just raw power.
Yeah, and a laser focus to match. That's going to be Stefan's ball.
Wow. Great reset from Christine Maddox there.
Closing the gap within 3.
Yeah, without the freeze, you definitely don't want to get the match too far out of hand. A little tricky to come back sometimes.
Yes.
These ladies' backhands are incredibly impressive to me. When they put 2 hands on, they can angle it perfectly, or they can smash the ball pretty powerfully.
Yeah, and Eva Radzikowska, you know, she's not afraid to dink cross court with the guy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, if you're playing rec at home, you're only restricting yourself if you decide that you're never going to go there. And obviously, she has the good dinks to play that game, but.
Yep.
But her fearlessness allows her to really set up the points well and dictate the dink rallies in these points.
Yep.
Angle to Lang again. Stefan. Big miss. Maddox and Lang, they see a window. Sets up off of Lang's paddle and puts it away, Eva Radzikowska. I would say that 2 hours of drive for you is definitely worth the practice, the games you guys get in.
Absolutely. A lot of good players here right now. Good shot from Stefan.
Paints that line.
Just want to point out that having just one lefty male in a mixed match like this throws everything kind of for a loop. Girls are typically used to going cross-court forehands, dinks, but now you have the ladies right in front of each other. Makes everything just a little bit different.
Ooh. No!
Wow.
The Ernie counter, but it's not enough. Wild anticipation. Yes.
Good point.
Lang and Maddox have slowed their momentum down a bit. There's still plenty of work to do.
Eva tries to keep Eric Lang honest over there. Throws a little wide. Big serve. Rock scoring, Rob, do you do a big serve, would you say? Or do you kind of dial it back just a notch or two?
I don't necessarily go for more on my serve in rally scoring. Unless it's the dream breaker portion,
Yeah.
in which case I might crank it up a notch.
Serve is huge in singles. Serve, return, third.
It's in my opinion that MLP format or perhaps rally scoring, it's favorable to do a little bit of a lower risk, smarter pickleball. But don't let that fall into the category of passive. It's never okay to be passive out there.
True.
Oh no. In do or die time. Really committed to that counter as opposed to maybe a more conservative fourth.
Yeah, she does not hold much back.
got to respect that third shot drive a little bit more.
Yep.
Just like that.
Good combination from Eric Lang there.
That's what you get. That's what you get when you commit to the development of the point, just a smidge more. Within 3, you need a small little streak here if they want to stay in this. Oh,
Stefan leaves it a little high, tries to make up for it, and it works by crashing middle, anticipating where the next shot's going.
She had it. She got to meet that ball a little bit higher. There's nothing wrong with that, setting the serve over in this rally scoring situation. Still a game point scenario for Stefan and Eva. Here we go. No.
Wow, he tries to reach behind him and get it. Great match.
Risky, risky. Putting the paddle on the ball there. And we have one game in favor of the Pandas, which means this next mixed doubles match will be very relevant. And we are back, folks, at the Grandstand Court here in Atlanta at our inaugural MLP event of the year 2024. Thank you guys for tuning in. Rob Cassidy here with Marshall Brown. We have our last mixed doubles match ready to occur. Marshall Brown, who do we got out there?
We've got Johnson Cola playing with Allie Phillips, a great team. And then we have Irina Terashenko playing with good old Max Manthau. Quick little note about Max. I actually played him in his very first tournament. This is an APP Opelika. Shout out to hometown Opelika, Alabama.
Nice.
I did not know who he was. He did go by Purple Jesus. I assumed he was not very good, and he railed me 15-1. We'll never forget it. Cry about it every once in a while. Not super often anymore. I think I'm almost over it.
Almost over it. Okay, well, we'll get you over that hump.
I changed my mind.
Here we go. Terashenko serving. We are underway. A little high. Cola doesn't do much with it. It's getting a little windy out there as well.
It is hard. I'm sure it's very hard to tell on the screen, but it is windy.
Yep. And let me just say, great performance by Eva and Stefan to get their team into this scenario. Still able to score their points. The 3 points for a team is off the table at this point.
Yep.
Oh, no, excuse me. The Hard Eights, if they win at 3-1, they'll still clinch those 3. But it's off the table for the Pandas, is what we meant. Easy, guys. Easy sticklers.
Yeah, calm down. And if you don't have a preference for who wins this match, I would go ahead and just cheer for the Frisco Pandas to tie this thing up and head to a dream breaker.
We will see. We have, in my opinion, the MLP GOAT herself, Irina Terashenko.
Oh, that one. We have 2 GOATs in this matchup. We really do. A premier MLP GOAT and a Challenger League. Couple missed returns in a row. Shot by Max there, keeping Allie Phillips back.
Yeah, Allie Phillips has been playing for a good number of years now, but there's still, in my opinion, a strong divide of veteran status between Irina Terashenko and Allie Phillips here.
Yep.
Cola brushing the ball very well. A lot of top spin.
I think the viewers at home should watch just how much Max Manthau is moving. He is moving all over the court.
Uh-oh, folks.
Ooh, Ali almost gets it.
Oof. Off the net.
Oh.
And we're just like that, we might have our Vulcan point of the day on our hands. Taking the lead there. Allie Phillips to serve. Woo. Blistering. Max Manthau. Looking forward to seeing him play more. Looking forward to getting to know him as a player.
Absolutely.
Love his presence on the court so far.
I can think of about 10 good friends of mine that can't say enough good things about Max Manthau. When I first met Max, actually, he told me that he was in grad school and he was doing a thesis on pickleball. I don't remember exactly what that was in regards to, but I found that very interesting that he was doing that and went to this random tournament and had some very impressive wins without much practice.
Well, I think that's some great subject matter at the collegiate level. Anything thesis related where you get to dive in and focus on and really collect the data. Pickleball is a great specimen to analyze.
It is. You know, you meet a lot of very unique people in pickleball, Purple Jesus being one of those. You know my favorite part about Purple Jesus?
What's that?
Instead of, you know, saying goodbye or anything, he just says, cheers. How cool is that? I can't pull that off, but he can pull that off.
You can pull that off,
You think
Marshall.
so? All right.
Just practice.
I'll try it.
It's 3 in, you're going to love it, and they're going to love it too. But yeah, pickleball as a thesis, you know, you could go with the business element, the social element, the health and wellness aspect. The addictive properties.
It is addictive.
Good hands. Phillips off the net.
Ooh, just
Smile on Manthau's face.
I love when people have a good point, even if they lose a point, and they're still smiling because it was a good time.
Pandas are 1 game away from pushing this to a dream breaker.
Good put away from Ali Phillips there.
I don't think the Eights would prefer to go to a dream breaker, losing their shot at 3 points.
Gotta do it for the fans sometimes.
Gotta do it for the fans.
Wow, what a hit from Ali Phillips.
And Irina did have a good window to hit behind Sincola there. The net, the victor in that exchange. Yep. And like you said, Marshall, the high mobility dinking from Manthau there.
Yep.
Coming out on top. Tie game in our 4th of this match, 4th and final. Outside of the Dream Breaker. Panda Nation is erupting. They want this. Yeah. They're good. Behind Sincola again. Oh, climbs over the net.
So now we're back to the traditional mixed, which is just a lot of women hitting cross-court forehand dinks. The man trying to jump in there and assert himself.
12-12. Phillips, very deep return. Manthau to serve. Third shot drive. Neutralized by Phillips. curling cross court from Tereshchenko. And a just miss for side out. Well done by the Allie Phillips. Taking your time, getting to that line, handling the drive from Manthal very well. Drops to that same spot, setting up Cola.
Ooh. No! I love Allie Phillips' top spin drop. It is spinning a lot. Really dipping hard.
That was a great blueprint of a play. Tie game.
So how was your experience playing MLP, Rob? What'd you think?
I love to play, Marshall. Love to play. Love to play. I had some great experiences. Had some fantastic teams that I've been a part of. Made it to some Challenger finals just last year, and super proud of my teammates that got there with me.
Yep.
Utah Black Diamonds, baby. The Hard Eights bench really wants this win here. Manthal to serve. Putting it down. Tereshchenko's gonna need to find that second win, that second burst of energy to finish strong here.
Love the slice return from Max and Ernie.
I gotta say it while we have it in front of us, Marshall. The Hard Eights has 2 individuals on it in the Challenger division that have won Premier Finals.
Oh no, they're still there. All right.
That's wild.
It is wild. It's despicable. Now I got this newcomer, Manthal. Great attribution to the team. This is a team that we can expect to make a run here this year for the whole thing.
I would say same can be said about Frisco Pandas.
Very nice. Very true. Very true. Great battle, huge point. We are going to 25, but every point is critical from here on out. We are in the end game. Sincola, so solid.
What are your thoughts on the backspin slice return?
Irina, way too ready. Backspin slice return, depending on who you're doing against, is the answer.
Really?
Oh, if they're not aware of it or if they're not used to it, it's game over. You think it's dying or kind of a lost breed, right?
You definitely don't see it as often. I'll say that, and I like when someone slices the ball to me.
I will say, when I answered about the backspin slice return, I took kind of the pickleball community as a whole, as opposed to, you know, the top 10. Top 10 will be able to handle your backspin slice return, and they'll turn it into more topspin, and it will jack you up.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. I feel like when I was an amateur, I feel like the backspin slice was the move, especially when I started, you know, whatever, 4-0, I'm sure I started at. It felt like my best shot, my slice return. It really threw people off. But at the pro level, it's not quite as often anymore. Because you can generate so much topspin from it.
Tie game here. Side out. Yeah, shout out to Jose Derisi, a friend of mine who had a fantastic backspin slice return that allowed me to get better at it. So now I can handle it a little bit more. Jose Derisi.
Good spot from Max Manthal there.
Tie game. Teed off but handled. Goes for the volley.
Good set.
John Sincola, a little unstoppable right
Ooh.
now.
Out.
Ball is called
Allie
out.
thinks it's in.
We had no angle from where we can see. There would be no reason not to challenge that here. There'd be no reason not to challenge it. And there are no challenges on grandstand court.
So I would
which,
not challenge it, actually.
there's dream breakers and then there's heartbreakers, and that's heartbreaking. Wish we could. We didn't get to see it.
I think the ref overruled it to end.
They did not overrule it.
I take that back. That's correct.
21-21 here now. Little high. Cola wants it. Follows up. Still Cola. Drop. Successful. Off the net. For the volley. And they're calling it out because it was out.
Because it was. So good call. Good call. Oh, man, it was close.
Love the looks from Manthau, though. That is creative, good improv, provisional play, and great pressure. Just trading back and forth here, Marshall.
You know my favorite point in a match, Rob?
No, I don't.
23-23. It's my favorite score, I should say.
Nice.
And we might just get to that.
The way things are looking here, yes, we do indeed. Cola, man on a mission.
Massive point here.
Not exactly over the moon about that out call from moments ago.
Oh, some Cola.
Late game disagreeable bounce for Cola. And a game point scenario for match point scenario for Hard Eights now. Jeez Louise. Here we go.
They get it done.
And why not pull the trigger? An unfortunate series of events for the Pandas. Dream Breaker denied.
I did want to see a Dream Breaker.